Daddy, can she come to my birthday? The little girl's voice trembled with both hope and innocence, her small hands clutching the sleeve of her father's expensive suit. The man she called Daddy wasn't just her father, he was a powerful CEO, used to making decisions that affected thousands of lives, but in this moment, her question shook him more deeply than any boardroom battle ever had. He bent down to her level, brushing a strand of hair from her eyes. "Who do you mean, sweetheart?" he asked softly, though inside he was already uneasy. He knew his daughter had made a new friend at school, someone she had mentioned a few times, but he had never paid much attention. His little girl's world seemed so far away from his own. "She's in my class, Daddy," the girl said, her blue eyes wide and shining. "Her name is Mia. She doesn't have much. She told me her mommy can't afford a cake or even balloons. But she smiled when I said you were planning my party. She's never had a birthday party of her own, Daddy. Can she come, please? I don't want her to feel left out." The CEO froze. For years, his life had revolved around business meetings, investments, and profit margins. He provided everything his daughter could ever ask for, except, perhaps, his time. But now she wasn't asking for toys, clothes, or trips. She was asking for kindness. He hesitated. "Sweetheart, you know your party will have many guests. Mia might feel out of place." "No, Daddy," the girl interrupted, her little voice breaking. "She won't. She just wants to feel happy. Please, Daddy," I promised her. That word, promised, hit him like a wave. He thought about the world he had built, the luxury around him, the mansion, the grand event planners preparing for his daughter's big day. But somewhere, in the same city, a little girl was wishing for something as simple as being included. When the day of the party arrived, the CEO found himself standing by the entrance, scanning for a small figure. And there she was, Mia. Her dress was faded, too short on her arms and legs, and her shoes were worn out. She clutched a small paper card in her hand, likely something she had drawn herself, a gift she could afford. The CEO's chest tightened. He had never seen such quiet dignity in someone so young. His daughter rushed to Mia, wrapping her arms around her. "You came," she squealed with joy. The sound of her laughter filled the air, more genuine than any music the expensive speakers could play. The CEO watched, realizing this was the purest kind of happiness, a child's heart recognizing another child's pain and refusing to ignore it. But the moment wasn't simple. Some of the other parents whispered, their polished eyes flicking to Mia's worn clothes. The CEO heard them. He felt the sting of judgment, the same kind he had probably once passed on to others without thinking. But when he looked back at his daughter, holding Mia's hand proudly, none of that mattered anymore. He walked over, kneeling down to Mia's level. "Welcome, Mia," he said gently, his voice breaking its usual cold edge. "We're so glad you're here. Today, you are part of our family." Mia's eyes filled with tears, but she smiled. "Thank you, sir." She handed him the card she had made, a drawing of two girls holding hands with the sun shining above them. No expensive gift had ever touched him so deeply. As the party went on, he noticed something remarkable. The children didn't care about clothes, status, or wealth. They played together, shared cake, and laughed as if nothing else in the world mattered. It was only the adults who seemed uncomfortable at first. But when they saw the CEO himself helping Mia cut a slice of cake, pulling out an extra chair for her, and treating her like his own daughter, the whispers faded into silence. That night, after the guests had left and the house was quiet, his daughter crawled onto his lap. "Thank you, Daddy," she whispered, laying her head on his chest. "You made her happy. You made me happy too." Tears welled in his eyes as he hugged her tightly. For the first time in years, he felt something stronger than pride, stronger than success. He felt the power of compassion. From that day forward, the CEO began to change. He started funding programs at his daughter's school, creating opportunities for children who came from struggling families. He began spending more time at home, listening, learning, and being present. And every year, when his daughter's birthday came around, Mia's place at the table was never questioned, it was reserved. Because sometimes the greatest lessons don't come from boardrooms, balance sheets, or power. Sometimes they come from the soft, pleading voice of a child who reminds us that kindness is the only gift worth giving. And in the quiet of that night, the CEO realized that his daughter hadn't just asked a question. She had opened his heart to a new way of living. Would you like me to make this story slightly longer so it naturally fits a 4-minute YouTube video voiceover pacing, or keep it as it is?